Right then everyone, welcome back to Rads, another vlog. Another game where we're hoping we can actually maybe see the tide turn. We saw a great performance against Porto here last week, first game under Sean Dyche, but Bournemouth, it was our annual defeat to Bournemouth, so don't really know how much you can read into that. But it wasn't a good performance ultimately. But again, that's just what tends to happen when we play Bournemouth. It never tends to go our way. Man United, their fortunes seem to have changed over the last few games. They've won the last 3. Looks like they might finally be starting to click under Ruben Amorim. Maybe a lack of Europe, lack of Carabao Cup. Finally got a decent goalkeeper. I think that probably all adds up. So I think they're going to be a very different opposition to what we played in April. And that was the last time we kept a clean sheet in the Premier League when we beat them here. With Antia Langer scoring that solo goal. We miss him greatly, don't we, really? I think we can all admit that now. I'm not overly confident. We're 18th, they're 6th in the league, I think. A lot higher than us in the best one they've been in for a while. If you do enjoy this vlog, like, subscribe to Rads. We're nearly at 7,000 subscribers. So that, you know, help me out. And yeah, the Reds. Right, Dad.
David.
How do you feel today, Man United?
I am not too confident, to be honest. I'm not going to predict a score. Suffice to say, if we got a draw, I'll be very, very pleased. Sean, Mr. Dyche, Your Majesty, has had a week to work with the lads, and let's hope there's a marked improvement on the, where did we lose to? Bournemouth game. Yep. We are at home, we're the 12th man. If we got a draw, I'd be very, very pleased. But let's keep our fingers crossed.
You Reds.
You Reds, yes, absolutely.
Glenn,
how are we doing?
How are you feeling today?
Yeah, actually, I was on our group. I said 1-0 Anderson to score, and now I've seen their team. I'm not sure if I'm more likely to go a score draw, or I'm gonna stick with it. I'm gonna stick with this. Will be the change that we need from a team that hasn't changed from last week. Yeah. A few others were saying how poor that midfield were, and they stuck with them. They've had a bit of time this week, haven't they? You know, Swansea's defeat to has meant that we've had a bit more time this week to bleed test our way through getting a team together, and I'm optimistic. I'm hoping we'll get something out of the game. It'll be close. I think we might get just a 1-0 win. I'll take that.
That's what we need right now, isn't it? Absolutely.
Move on again.
Yeah. On the Reds.
On the Reds.
Thank you. Right, Des, how do you feel today?
Yeah, not bad at all. Not sure. Obviously, a little bit disappointed last week. Thought the first half was really bad against Bournemouth and started to get me worrying just a little bit. You know, but of course, Dyche's had a week to work with the guys, same team. I'm kind of glad they've got another chance. You know, because on paper, it is probably the best team you'd pick. So yeah, really looking forward to seeing how they come out here after the Porto game. Hopefully they can raise it again, and having had that time, you know, start to sort of work together a little bit. The one thing I noticed last week in the first half was they really weren't working together. That second goal in particular, where Louise ran into Anderson. Wow, I've not seen that for a while. So, but of course, it's match day. We're all looking forward to it. And let's face it, football's got a habit of biting you in the backside. And United are flying, and we're still in. Everyone expects them to win, but you know, it don't work like that, does it? And hopefully, there's still a bit of a basket case in the sense that they can see goals. And if we can get the first one, and I do think today, as much as it always is, but I think today the first goal will be really important. And if we get it, I think we could keep them at bay and perhaps run out tied winners, maybe 1-0, 2-1.
Yeah, well said. The Reds.
You Reds.
Forest team then unchanged from Bournemouth, which is kind of rare when you lose that you keep the same team, but I think, you know, probably on paper that is still the best team. I think someone to give the right to be dropped, maybe the Hutchinson, McAtee come in. I wouldn't have been against it. You may as well try it at this stage. I probably would have gone with that, to be honest. At least put one of them in.
It's always
Good effort that. Well, that's extra controversial. That shouldn't have been a corner in the first place, I think. Half time, very frustrating half. Those boos kind of sum it up for the officials. Not very good refereeing, it's not an excuse. We've been wasteful as it is, you know. If we take those chances, I guess we don't talk about it, but ultimately that shouldn't have been a corner. When they go and score from it, it just rubs it in. And especially after last week, Bournemouth, that corner probably shouldn't have happened either. And yeah, should have defended it better, but I don't think it should have been given in the first place. We've had our chances, we've played some good stuff. And that's the thing, we've generally played alright, but we can't put the ball in the back of the net. We haven't scored in the league since mid-September against Burnley. What do you think, Dad?
Despite the fact that we're gone down, I think we're playing really well. We've had a few chances, but for the second week running, with this corner decision, and where we are, you can see the line up, all the ball hasn't gone out, so it wasn't a corner. I have this feeling that we can see because we're not very good on set pieces, but there's room for improvement, to put it that way.
Instant impact. What? Yeah! Oh yeah! I don't know what Sean said to them, but it's worked. What an impact! SAVONA. SAVONA first goal. Oh yeah, what? I can't believe it. What a start.
That was a stunning goal, really good.
Brilliant team goal.
2 or 3 minutes after the first.
What a team goal. What? Oh. Oh. What? Oh. Full time then, 2-2 United. I think overall you've got to take that. I think a lot of us thought we'd lose this one today. Not completely surprised we managed to get something from it because we saw what we did against Porto. It was a much better performance. And you know, we needed to see a response from Bournemouth, and it feels sort of like we're getting that kind of atmosphere back at the City Ground where we can get results. It just kind of feel like a loss at the same time because we were decent in the first half, conceded a bit of a controversial goal. Okay, you've got to defend it better, but still, it's frustrating to concede that goal. And then obviously we scored 2 quick-fire goals, incredible. You know, both goals really well worked, really good football, quick. sort of passing. It was really good stuff from us. And you just felt you need to get that third, get it off. And I think that probably would have finished United off. So yeah, to not do that was frustrating. And in the end, we ended up being lucky to hold on to a point. For sure, like United, if that game carried on 10 minutes, maybe even less than that, I think they would have got a goal. So that's frustrating. But to go from what we were with Ange, absolutely no structure at all, anything good about where we were playing really, to that, drawing with an in-form Man United team, I don't think we can be too critical. There's lots of positives to take from that. SAVONA, again, proving that he can start games for us. Gibbs White, fair play to him, I think he did better today as well. Some good performances in there, you know. I don't think anyone played particularly badly at all. Nico is consistent as ever. Yeah, ultimately it's 2 points drop. We're still 2 points adrift with Leeds next week. I was talking to somebody before kick-off. We win that, I think we can pull away. I think that shows our level. Today shows our level, that we can draw United. I don't think other teams at the bottom would do that, what we did today. If we beat Leeds, you can believe we can pull away. Not with ease, but we can do it. If we lose to Leeds or don't beat them, I think a lot of people are going to think this is going to be how the season's going to go. We're going to be in it. This is how the season's going to be. We're going to be at the bottom end. And that might be dramatic, but it's the most realistic game we're going to play for a while now, where you can see if we're going to stay at the bottom or not. If we win that, you can believe we can pull away. So, huge game, massive game next weekend. Like, subscribe to Rads if you're new to the channel, everyone. Get me to 7,000. Up the Reds.